All right, guys, last but not least, I want to show you one more built-in web server that's a little more useful for local web development. And in the lecture, we talked about some Ruby variations of this, but I want to show you a Python variation because it's even easier to use. So say we are working out of a local development environment. And some of you guys have, and if you guys do any web development, or web design, especially front-end web design, you'll often run into the problem where you don't really know how your site's going to behave on a web server, particularly when it comes to creating relative and absolute links. So one thing cool about this particular web server is it actually kind of emulates all of that on your local host with literally no setup for a web server. So OS X already comes installed with Python. If you install Python on Windows, you'll also get access to this functionality. But say so right now I'm on the desktop, and say we create a website in test sites. So we'll make a directory called test site, and we'll change directories into it. And then we'll create an index.html file and a CSS file. Okay, so in our index.html file, we'll do some really basic HTML here. And this is actually not valid HTML because I don't want to waste your time with that. But you get what I mean. Actually, we're not even going to use the CSS file. It's not really important. So let's save that just so we have something in there. Now, if we run this command, python-m simple HTTP server, we hit enter, and we see serving HTTP on 0000.0 localhost, basically, port 8000. So now if we go back over to Google Chrome and refresh our 8000, you can see hello world. And the cool thing is, too, is check this out. It prints out what's happening in the we almost get like a little log printout. And so this is like if you took the time to build out something really feature packed in Node, you might get to something like this in Python. So the great thing about this is you can use the same types of link structure that you would on a full server from the comfort of your local development environment. And this is a great way for testing things that need to be served on a web server. Sometimes, just dragging index files to your browser to check them out in local view doesn't work. This emulates another little HTTP server on your own system. So again, check this one out too, Python Simple Server. It's a fun little web server on your desktop.